I'm back for computer science. Welcome back. Earlier today, I actually did 5 minutes just when I was working on some other things. I had a little bit of free time to complete another program. So the program this morning it was about taking an input of an age and basically day or night, time of day, and then outputting a ticket price for a movie. Yesterday we did a couple programs, right? We did like speeding ticket, like give a range and then get the speed limit, and then pull out a speeding ticket cost, or no speeding ticket free or something along those lines. Or zero. I don't want to spend too much time trying to pull this out because I got more to do and it's due tonight. What else? There was two other programs, I know that. We did a while loop. With something. While loop, iterating value, an iterator. Checking something. Yeah, password. It took a password and made it more complicated by changing things like a lowercase a into an at symbol. And then one other project, speeding ticket. I don't remember actually what the last one was. Let's check it really quick. And then I'll jump back in before I waste too much time. Here we go. Oh, a program that detected it basically said which string was longer based on two input strings, which is longer or if they're the same. So, from here, I'm going to go and work on some more programs. So I'll be back to recall what I did in a little bit. All right, guys. Well, I just ripped out 3 programs in the course of 15 minutes. One program. Okay, this one I need to think about more. I just wanted to get through them first before I spend any time doing anything else. It output the reverse binary of an integer input. So what does that mean? So, we talked about binary a little bit. It's base 2. So the number 3 is 1, 1. What's a better number here? 8. 8 would be 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4, 8. So it'd just be 1, 0, 0, 0 for 8 in binary. And so the reverse would be 0, 0, 0, 1. And how do we find that? Well, it gave us the algorithm. So we need to basically, while x is greater than 0, we need to, as long as x is greater than 0, they're going to modulus 2, which means it will output the remainder. So if you had 5, the output would be 1, right? Because, yeah. And then it said divide by 2. So we're going to floor divide by 2 for some reason. Why are we floor? How does floor division work? It's going to round down. So 5 becomes 2.5, but rounded down becomes 2. And 2 modulus 2 is 0. So if you got 1, 0, and then we floor divide, it's 1. Modulus 2 is 1, so it's going to be 1, 0, 1. So 5 is 1, 0, 1. Yeah, it is. So for whatever reason that works. I don't know why we have to floor divide, but we do, and it works. As far as at least the examples that we were given. I get it for like base 10, we divide by 10. We never have to floor divide, would we? I don't think so. But that's just because our numbers are kind of base 10, I guess. We use decimals, so anyway, that was one of the programs. Another program we built was You take basically a list of three numbers, or input three numbers, and you output which is the greatest. I used I put them all into, appended them all into a list, and used the max function to determine that, and then printed it out. And then the third program, what did the third program do? This one was really dumb. This one basically took a number between input between 0 and 9,999, and then output how many digits were in the number. So that was really simple. All right. Well, I guess I have a little bit more time than I thought. Since I finished this program, that was what it was due tonight. Let's talk a little bit about what I learned in lab today. So at lab, we were using a tool called matplotlib, and this allows you to create graphs. So we could create, it's a tool we had to install in Thani, our IDE, but we could then use it to create line graphs, pie charts, histograms, and bar charts. So I know you can do all that. I know you can change the color of the lines. You can turn them into dot lines, dashed lines. You can change the color of the bars, the pie slices. You can mess around with the actual shape of the pie. You can change the backgrounds. You can change the colors. I already said that, I guess. You can label the X and Y axis. You can give the chart give the chart a title. That's really all. I don't think it. What was the whole point of that? I guess we were talking about lists and tuples and things of this nature this week. So we were working with lists of data. So we used the lists and then used them to create the graphs / charts. Yeah, I think that's the big ideas. I don't remember any of the language or terminology, but I just know what you can do. So I could look up, if I had to use matplotlib and create charts in Python, I could figure it out pretty quickly. So just knowing what you can do, I think is good enough for now. I guess we've got one more session later today. In that session, I actually want to go ahead and see what I missed on my exam, first of all, and then make sure there's nothing on Canvas that I need to see. And then from there, we can start on the next unit, which is going to be due this Thursday, this next lecture, and it's on membership, identity data types, and for loops. So quite interesting. I've never heard of membership. Never heard of identity. We've talked about data types already. And then for loops. So lots of progress to be made in this next lecture. So that should be quite interesting. I'll be back later tonight to finish that up. So talk to you in a bit. All right, I'm back to finish up computer science for today. I know I missed like a 1.5-ish for computer science, our first quiz. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and check what I missed right now, and then I'll be back to recall what went wrong. All right, I could not access the quiz, so I sent my professor an email. All right, now I'm gonna start into the next lecture, which is on, what is it on? For loops are there, data types, modalities or something. I don't remember. Modification. I don't remember exactly, but I'm going to start on that one and I'll be back to recall what I learned a little bit. All right, we just started lecture 14, which is on... Man, I forgot it again. Data types, for loops, not modification. Multiplication, no. Starts with M. Membership. Membership, identity, data types, and for loops. So for whatever reason, 14.1, the first unit is on it is on code blocks and indentation. Indentation errors as well in there. Code blocks. So just learned about code blocks for the first time. They are series of grouped lines of code. They are denoted by indentation. So every time you indent further than the row above, you are creating a new code block, and a colon signifies the beginning of a code block. So you'll have a colon and the next line will start the new block. All the leftmost lines, though, are considered one block, and they're known as block 0. So you can use any amount of spacing for indenting, but it's got to be consistent. Don't mix tabs and spaces. Just I think sticking with 4 spaces per indent is good. I think that's basically everything. Series of statements grouped together. Defined by its indentation level. That's everything pretty much. So that's the beginning of lecture 14, which I think there's 28 or 29 lectures, so just about halfway done with this course. So talk to you tomorrow. See you.